My name is Friedrich Rödler. I'm a retired tax partner from PwC in Austria, and I'm the current chair of the tax policy group of FI, and I'm going to be your guide through the day. My main duty is going to be to watch that the speakers keep to the time frame, and I think the two presidents that they set a very good example here. I have been asked to say a few administrative things. First of all, please be aware that you switch on your mobile phones when you leave the room, which means you turn them off when you come into the room. And if you have not yet done so, then please do so now. You're, of course, allowed to leave this room. You're even allowed to leave the building. But in this case, please remember to take your badge with you, because otherwise you will not be able to get in again. If the presentation and speeches that you're going to hear today are so boring that you want to quickly leave the room, I have to alert you that the emergency exits are here and here. So with that, I think I have made my duty with regard to the housekeeping details. One bad news is that there's not going to be a coffee break until lunchtime, but I think the program is going to be interesting enough to keep you awake, I think also without relating and referring to coffee. With that, I think we should start now with our first real speaker on the topic. As you know, there are at present two drivers in tax policy. One is the OECD, and the other one is the European Commission. And it seems that now the OECD has a little bit taken the lead. They have, upon instruction of the G20, started a project that you cannot avoid to mention at any tax event. That's a four-letter word, BEPS, base erosion and profit shifting, a lot of activities around this. The OECD has a little bit been, or many people have been skeptical or even critical and said, well, this is a project which is impossible to achieve. How can you deliver on such complex issues within 2 years the answers and reasonable answers? And I have to say the impossible has almost been achieved. At least we are halfway through. The OECD has kept to its deadline, and I think they are optimistic that they will deliver the deliverables as is due by autumn and the end of this year. The driving force, and so to say the face of BEPS, Mr. BEPS, so to say, is Pascal Saint-Amand. And if there is such a thing as a celebrity person in taxation, then he is the one. There is no one in the tax world who doesn't know him, either personally or through the webcasts of the OECD, which always draw a tremendous audience of, I understand, 10,000 people watching a presentation on taxation. I think that's really unique. I'm very pleased to welcome Pascal Saint-Amand, and he will give us an overview, not so much over where we stand in the past, but we asked him to look into the future. What can we expect this year, and when would Pascal consider this project to be a success? Because one thing is to produce non-committal papers and proposals, but the other is then going to be to what extent are these proposals then being implemented. So Pascal, the floor is yours. Pascal has to catch a train, so he will have to leave at 11:15 at the latest, but he has agreed, if he manages the impossible, to speak only, say, 15 or 20 minutes, that we can still also ask a few questions. Pascal, the floor is yours.